In February is Black History Month. Western Mass has its share of history when it comes to Black history.
They certainly do. The Underground Railroad was a network of secret routes and safe houses used by slaves to escape to free states with the aid of abolitionists.
And we stopped by one East Longmeadow home to get a look at one of the secret passages from the Underground Railroad. You got to take a look.
Today we're at 201 Chestnut Street in East Longmeadow, Massachusetts. We're at the Elijah Burt House, which is the oldest house in East Longmeadow. It was built between 1720 and 1740, and it's one of our most famous homes in town because it was one of the stops on the Underground Railroad. More than likely, the slaves came from Springfield. There was a Reverend Osgood there that was very sympathetic and helpful in assisting the runaway slaves. There was a Mr. Randolph Stebbins that owned this house in the 1850s, and he had a 25-acre farm here. That's what it was at this time. And he would routinely, I'm sure, go into Springfield with his wagon to pick up supplies, and any runaway slaves they were trying to move along could hide in his wagon underneath the tarp and be brought into the home here. After 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act was passed, and anyone that was caught harboring a slave was subject to 6 months in jail, a $1,000 fine, and possibly a $1,000 fine from the slave owner himself.
Bruce showed us the secret passage that transported us back 2 centuries.
It was originally a staircase going into the cellar, and Mr. Stebbins put a brick wall down cellar along the whole length of the wall to block up the exit to the basement.
We then crept down the hidden stairwell.
We're down here in the basement, just below the secret passage here, and in front of me is a wall probably 30 feet long with the original brownstone that the house was constructed of. You can tell this was the original staircase because all these corners are dressed here. None of the other stone in the house is dressed like these corners. And this is part of the original staircase that was here. There's old stories about an underground tunnel, but with the staircase here, there's no way they got underneath here and out. So I'm sure they just came in the house and out the house. This was just blocked up, so if someone came down here, they wouldn't be able to see that there was an entryway here. For Mr. Stebbins to do that was really cool. I mean, he was really involved and believed in what he was doing and freeing the slaves, and he went to a lot of trouble, and it was a lot of danger, and just a great stand-up thing for him to do. It was just a horrible way of existence, and it's a really dark cloud on our nation's past.